At the very end of a trial, does the judge tell the attorneys what law he's going to be instructing the jury on in order to evaluate and consider this case? You want to know the answer? Come join me as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. At the very end of the case, after we have given our closing remarks, the judge will then close the courtroom and then give the jury the law as it applies to this particular case. Whether it's an accident case or a medical malpractice case or even a wrongful death case, the judge doesn't want any interruptions while he's discussing the law with the jury. So now the question becomes, before we actually begin our closing remarks, does the judge tell the attorneys what law he's going to be giving to the jury? The answer is, yes, he does. That's something known as a charge conference. Before we actually begin our closing remarks, the judge will have a private conference with the attorneys. That's done in his chambers behind closed doors with a court reporter present. The judge will say on the record, there's a court reporter taking down everything, I'm going to be giving the jury the following instructions, legal instructions. And now, do you have any objection to these particular instructions? And if we do, we have to voice our objection. We have to explain to the judge why we don't believe that legal instruction should be given and another one should be given. We have to tell the judge what the problem is. And now the judge may reconsider giving one or more legal instructions and may modify it. And that's critical during this charge conference. And by the way, you should know that before this conference ever takes place, the attorneys are obligated to give to the judge the instructions that we believe the judge should be giving to the jury at the end of the case. So at the very beginning of the case, before we actually start the trial, we have to hand up to the judge a set of legal instructions that we want the judge to consider at the very end of the case. So now the judge will have had an opportunity to review those items. He'll discuss it with his law clerk and now come to a conclusion about whether or not he's going to agree with our instructions, whether he'll agree with the defense's instructions, or disregard both and come up with his own. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in the trial process as we go to trial on an accident case, on a medical malpractice case, or even in a wrongful death case here in New York. You know, I realize you've got questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're contemplating bringing a lawsuit, but you've got legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.